we're here as always. We're on to 2 p.m. right on the program. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So today on the show, it's all about the NPP. Tomorrow, the delegates will go to the poll to elect who becomes the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party ahead of the 2028 general elections. 5 candidates are vying for that particular enviable position as flag bearer for the party. We will today interrogate or try to find out from the various representatives of all the 5 aspirants as to how campaign has been so far and what they're expecting tomorrow and who will emerge the winner. So that's basically what we'll be doing on the show till 2 p.m. So do well to stay with us here. We're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana. Join us on there. And also on DSTV channel 277 on Multi TV. We're also live on there. And on radio, it is 94.1 FM. My name again is Desmond Okrekudan. So for now, Nana Kwesi is standing by to bring us the latest news update. Nana, good afternoon.
You, Desmond.
Yes, good afternoon.
Tomorrow is definitely a big day for the NPP.
Definitely.
And I hope that the best comes out of, tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And for us here at Ignite Media, we say we are your election central. So do well to stay with us right from the morning to the end of the polls. Right,
definitely, we're bringing you the best of the news on that.
Take us away.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to go straight to the headlines for this afternoon. In less than 24 hours, the opposition New Patriotic Party will head to the polls with one aim: to elect a flag bearer. We will take you around the country to find out how preparations are ongoing ahead of tomorrow. Vice President Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman has called on West African leaders to move beyond discussions and take decisive action to address rising security threats in the region. And then finally, this afternoon, police arrest 7 suspects connected with a highway robbery involving a Council of State member, which occurred last year. We're going to be bringing you all these stories. Stay with us. Welcome back, and these are the details. The Presidential Elections Committee of the New Patriotic Party has issued a set of guidelines for the party's presidential primaries scheduled for Saturday, January 31st, 2026. The guidelines are to ensure smooth, transparent and peaceful voting process. A statement signed and issued by the Secretary to the PEC, William Yamwa, said it was strictly prohibited for delegates to publicly display their cast ballots, capture images of themselves, and then make gestures to show whom one voted for. We will speak with the chairman of the party's Presidential Elections Committee, Joseph Osei Owusu, later on the show. But let's find out how preparations are ongoing ahead of tomorrow in some of the regions across the country. Let's go to the Eastern region, where correspondent Nana Kwesi Penel is on standby. All right, so good afternoon to you, Nana Kwesi.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother. The name is Samuel Kwesi Apapenio.
All right, so Samuel, good afternoon once again. All right, so I would want to find out from you, what are the activities that are underway in the region ahead of tomorrow?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to our cherished viewers. A lot of preparations are ongoing in the Eastern region. Yesterday, some of the aspirants with their leading teams started meeting delegates and running up their activities ahead of Saturday's polls. But before then, we had an exclusive interview with the Eastern Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, in the Eastern region, in the person of Mr. Osayeji, who revealed that the total delegates that are expected to cast their votes on Saturday, 31st January 2026, at various centers in the Eastern region is 22,264. 22,264. Out of this 22,264, the voting will occur in 36 voting centers. 36 voting centers. We have 33 constituencies in the Eastern region. However, because some constituencies have more than 1,000 delegates voting at that center, it has been split into two. And so you have voting centers like the New Draben South constituency, in Nkoko constituency, and in Sawem constituency. In these constituencies, they're going to be a split in their polling centers, which is making it 36 instead of the 33. He also said that a lot of activities have been planned in the Eastern region. There's a fierce battle in the region because Honorable Brian Acheampong is coming from the Eastern region. And some believe that the region needs to rally around Honorable Brian Acheampong. Others are also of the view that it's recently that we had a president coming from the Eastern region in the person of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And so they do not see the reason why they should continue to support another candidate coming from the Eastern region. Yesterday, the MP for New Draben North constituency, who is on the side of Brian Acheampong, also met with delegates, whilst the Bawumia team were also meeting other people in the other centers. But this morning, the Eastern Regional Police Commander has warned macho men to stay off NPP presidential primaries coming up tomorrow. According to him, the elections is not meant for macho men. Yep. And so if you are a political troublemaker trying to disturb the smooth process of the event tomorrow, then you better need to advise yourself. According to him, they are fully prepared and will deal decisively with anyone who will come and foment trouble at any polling centers in the Eastern region. He also said that there has been a lot of police deployment that to be stationed at the various centers. For instance, in the Eastern Region Police Command, there's going to be 1,434 security personnel will be deployed across the Koforidua region alone. And out of this, each polling center is going to get 125 police personnel, in addition to 2 rapid response teams, as well as 100 men on standby. What is even more frightening is that the national headquarters of the police service has deployed another special deployment team called the Critical Incident Intervention, the CIT, who are also currently in the Eastern region preparing. And this morning, they joined the Eastern Regional Police Commander for their march to ensure that they are ready for any eventualities ahead of the polls tomorrow. And so the show of force by the police to indicate their preparedness and readiness towards the NPP primary schedule for tomorrow, 31st, 2026, has also taken off just this morning. And we are here in the region observing proceedings and how things are unfolding in the various constituencies in the region.
All right, so thank you very much, Samuel Apah-Pennell, for the update, and I'm sure that they are definitely ready for tomorrow. On the line right now is D. Baba. We're going to also we are going to be speaking to him to find out about how delegates are ready for tomorrow. Good afternoon to you, D. Baba. All right, so we are getting him, and we're going to have that conversation with him. In the meantime, 22,000 plus delegates are definitely going to be voting tomorrow, and some of the statistics have been given by Mr. Samuel Apah-Pennell, as we just heard him, and I'm sure that the delegates are definitely preparing for tomorrow, and we are wishing the best of each one of them. I'm talking about the aspirants, the 5 of them. All right, so D. Baba is on. Good afternoon to you, D. Baba.
Good afternoon.
All right, so D. Baba, take us through. I mean, how are the delegates ready for tomorrow?
Well, thank you so much, and good afternoon to our viewers across the world. Yes, delegates are well prepared in the northern part of Ghana to cast their votes tomorrow in the upcoming NPP presidential primaries. And in fact, this morning I met a number of the constituency executives with delegates, and they were convincing them that they should vote for their respective candidates. So the campaigning is still going on, even though they have called for an end for campaigns, but it's still going on in the northern region, where constituency executives, regional executives are going around telling delegates, campaigning, telling them the reasons for which they think they should vote for one candidate or the other. But the situation that is worrying is the fact that most of the candidates or most of the people campaigning are afraid that there might be misunderstanding or disturbances tomorrow, because some time back there were some list of people purported to be macho men being organized by one of the candidate supporters to disrupt the elections on that day if they are not seeing headway, of which people are saying it is very, very dangerous. So other candidate supporters responded to it, saying that if anybody should try anything like that in the northern region, they are going to mark them boot for boot. So that is a very disturbing development, of which the Ghana Police Service in the region are even aware of it. And in fact, some few days ago, we have a meeting with some of the leadership of the police service in the region who assured journalists that they are going to ensure that the right thing is done, and they are also going to ensure that the rights of journalists are protected, because there's a fear that there might be some attacks on journalists if they are trying to report what is really happening. Because we had information that some people are planning to ensure that they get 100% for particular candidates in their constituency, which in actual fact is going to be very difficult, because watching throughout the northern region, one can see that it is not going to be possible for one candidate to get 100%. So if supporters of that candidate is planning to ensure that the person gets 100%, it's going to be a very big challenge in the northern region, of which many of the supporters of the other candidates are saying they are not going to leave any stone unturned. For that matter, the macho men who we had information are being organized by some supporters of aspirants is going to be a problem if it is going to go through, because the other candidates are well prepared to match them, which we are all not praying for, because that is going to disrupt the elections tomorrow. But in all, I can say that preparations are well underway to ensure that the right thing is done. After our meeting with the Ghana Police Service, we were told that every polling station will get at least over 70 police officers, which is going to be an important security measure. And they communicated to the party leadership as well in their meeting. And we are told that they told them that nobody should bring any external security to any polling station, because the Ghana Police Service is going to take charge of everything to ensure that the right thing is done, to ensure that the right of every individual who matters in this election is going to go through the elections without any challenge. So that is the issue in the northern region. And I can say that almost all the regional executives, almost, not all of them, are supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But the regional women's organizer, who has a lot of influence in the region, is standing out for Dr. Brian Champong, and that is creating some problems for them in the region because of her influence. She's trying to pull a whole lot of delegates to follow her to vote for Dr. Brian Champong in the northern region, and that is not becoming comfortable with many of her colleague executives in the region, because they believe that that might not give them the figure that they are expecting to give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia tomorrow. So a lot of factors are playing out, and we are watching keenly to see what the outcome is going to be.
All right, so Dibaba, let me ask you this. How many police officers do you think have been deployed to the northern part to actually make sure that the peace is kept? And then also, do you think the aspirants have spoken well with their supporters so that they also keep the peace?
Well, in our meeting with the regional police command, the regional commander told us that there's going to be about 1,302 police officers taking part in this election within the northern region. And he told us that every police station will get at least over 70 police officers to ensure security and peace of those police stations and to ensure that the activities are taking place without any challenge. But supporters listening to the leadership of their campaigns is something that is very, very dicey in the northern region, because if you look at the way people are speaking to each other on airwaves, on radio, TV, about their respective or prospective candidates, it is something that I think we should all be watchful of, because even though the leadership might tell them not to do anything untoward on the day, many of the supporters are using their old issues to have banter with each other, if I may put it that way, and that is not really speaking well of the supporters. But in all, last night I heard many of the leaders are telling their supporters to ensure that they do the right thing and not the wrong thing. But as to whether it is going to be the case, we are waiting for the day to come to see what will happen.
All right, so any macho men that are planning to do something that would definitely go against tomorrow's voting, or is there any group that has been formed, or people that are actually trying to push a particular candidate to be voted for, and they are also trying to make sure that that happens, and if it doesn't happen, there's going to be trouble? Have you heard of anything like that?
I think I made mention in my earlier submission that we had information that 50 macho men were being gathered from every constituency within the northern, in fact, across the country for a particular candidate, of which the other candidates told us that they are well prepared for any macho man that is going to come out to disrupt any election or any polling station within the northern region. In fact, the list was even given to us, and they told us that, in fact, there are voices and videos to that effect, that the macho men are being organized by supporters or campaigners of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to ensure that the man gets 100% or enough votes from every part of the country, of which supporters from Dr. Brian Champong, supporters or campaigners for Kennedy Ohina Japan, told us personally that they are well prepared for any macho man coming from any part of the region or any constituency to disrupt the elections. They are well prepared for them. And for that matter, leadership of the party last night, in my private conversation with some of the council of elders of the MPP within the northern region, told me that they have spoken to many of the leaders to ensure that they speak to their supporters not to do what they are hearing. And if that is done, it's going to be a disgrace on the part of the party and on the part of leadership of the northern part of this country. And for that matter, they are speaking to them. But we have information, and we even have videos and lists, names and numbers of the macho men that they are preparing for that day, according to the information we are picking. But as to whether it is true or not, it is something we can't confirm for now, but we have the list and we have names of people that are being organized according to the information to ensure that the work for the successes of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia come tomorrow.
Thank you very much, D. Baba from the northern part of Ghana, talking to us about security and also how prepared the delegates and also supporters are ready for tomorrow's elections. And we're talking about the MPP primaries. We're going to go to the Ashanti region as I speak to Bassett Suleiman, who is going to give us details of what's happening over there. Good afternoon to you, Bassett. All right, so we are still waiting to put him on so that we can have that conversation to find out what's also going there. Tomorrow is the day. It's a very big day for the MPP, and we are finding out some of the preparedness of some of the situations that have been being made ready so that we can also be very confident to go into the election, knowing that tomorrow is going to be a free and fair elections, and definitely tomorrow we would have the winner, and we are being told that roughly around a 3-ish. From that time, we're going to elect a leader to lead the MPP, and we are wishing each and every aspirant and all the candidates and supporters the very best of tomorrow. Peace is definitely going to be the rule of the day because the police are also comfortably in charge, and the best will happen tomorrow. We are still waiting to speak to Bassett Suleiman. He's on, and good afternoon to you, Bassett.
Good afternoon, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
All right, so can you quickly share with us details concerning Ashanti region, how prepared they are for tomorrow?
Well, my brother, I can say that the region is well prepared towards the New Patriotic Party's primaries, God willing, tomorrow. Ashanti region is expecting a total of 36,626 delegates who would be voting across all the 47 constituencies in the region. Ashanti region being a decider, if I should say, when it comes to political voting. And it's also the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. So all eyes are on Ashanti region tomorrow in what is expected to be a tightly contested primary. The region shares delegates. The region shared delegate strength is very significant when it comes to tilting the balance for any aspirant who will be able to win tomorrow's primary, if you are able to pave your way within Ashanti region, it gives you a higher opportunity of being the ultimate winner of this election. So all arrangements have been put in place. According to the police, they said they are ever ready to mine almost all the 47 constituencies in the region. And speaking with some of the executives of the party, they also made us understand that almost all the polling materials have been deposited at the armories of the police command, and they are also expecting a fair deal, God willing, tomorrow.
How many delegates are voting tomorrow, if you have any details?
Yes, a total of 36,626 delegates will be voting tomorrow across the 47 constituencies in the region.
All right, so are you still on, Alassane? Are you on?
Yeah, I'm on.
All right, so continue, please.
Yes, you wanted to find out the number.
All right, so how about
how
about security also? Because we're checking with the other regions in terms of security. How many personnel have been deployed over there? You just spoke about the number of people that will be voting, but then how about security also? How many have been deployed over there to make sure that there's peace? Absolutely, please.
Yes, the police are reluctant to give us the exact figure, but according to the regional police commander, DCOP Osaya Kutu Atta, he will ensure that almost every police station will have sufficient men to mind the station. They are going with all their units, the CID units, almost all the units within the police service will be put across all the 47 constituency in the region. Some will be in uniform and some will also be in mufti to ensure that there is peace, order, and in the election.
All right, thank you.
For the security, I can say that the assurance given by the command is such that there will be heightened security among all the polling centers in the region.
All right, thank you very much, Bassett. Thank you for talking to us and giving us updates on Ashanti region. All right, so Vanessa went to the headquarters. Vanessa Boateng is also online right here in Accra. We're going to be speaking to Vanessa to also give us the details of how Accra is going to be taken care of. And let me quickly find out whether she's online. Vanessa, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Vanessa.
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
All right, so Vanessa, you are at the headquarters right now. Can you share with us details of what's ongoing there concerning tomorrow's elections?
Okay, so currently I'm at the NPP headquarters, like you rightly put. Operations are ongoing. The police barricades are here. They are mounting the podium, the election center also, where the votes will be cast. So basically, they are putting actions in motion ahead of tomorrow's elections.
All right, so can you also share with us what would happen tomorrow in terms of the number of delegates that are voted in Accra? If there is anybody at all over there that can also give us those figures. And then we just want to check the security and also whether there are other things that we need to know as we get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, so when I came here, there are no party executives here yet, so I have not spoken to any officials. I'm waiting to get all this information from them. But what I can tell you is preparations are underway, and party executives are yet to come around and see what is going on. So once they are here and I get enough information from them on how tomorrow, the number of delegates that we are expecting at the headquarters. But what I can also say is that the former president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is expected to be here tomorrow. I can say that. So I'm waiting for the executives to come and then get ample information from them.
All right, Vanessa Boateng going to the NPP headquarters to share with us details of what's happening over there. And away from that story, we're going to look at the CEO of Financial Intelligence Center, Kwadwo Twum Bafo, who accused the NPP of attempting to bamboozle Dr. Bawumia to bamboozle Dr. Bawumia into power by conducting their flag bearership election before all else, adding that Dr. Bawumia will win because other candidates have been treated unfairly. In response, communications team member of NPP, Kojo Nsafwa Poku, refuted claims that the NPP has not internally reviewed their laws, stating that it's rather advisable to elect presidential candidate first. They spoke on Good Morning Ghana.
It doesn't matter who they elect. Chances are Dr. Bawumia will win. Dr. Bawumia will win because none of the other candidates have been given a fair shot to win.
How do you mean?
Let me explain. You see, the MPP, every time they lose elections, they don't sit down and ask themselves why they lost. What they rather do is a reactive reshuffle of sorts, if you will, reshuffling principles, morals, established norms of selecting candidates, turning everything upside down so that they can quickly come back to power. Because for them, it's all about power. Power by any means necessary so that they can come and steal from us. That's it. They want Dr. Bawumia's eye signs because if he's the flag bearer, then he gets to influence what comes before underneath him. You know the danger in that? The danger in that is that one of the aspirants is going to get 30-something to 40% of that poll. Every poll that if you really look at Musa Dankwa, somebody is going to get 30 to 35, maybe even 40%. And that person is supported heavily, but he has support, itinerant support that is very, very key, especially among MPs. So they are bamboozling Dr. Bawumia into position, despite the fact that Dr. Bawumia has shown himself to be manifestly incompetent. I have never heard any presidential candidate disavowing the government of which he was the #2 man.
From the going around the country, and it's never true that MPP has not sat down and internally review why we lost. There's been 3 documents, one by the Ashanti Regional Executives. Ashanti Regional Executive led by Osechi Mensah Bonsu has a document, a report in the Ashanti region why we lost. There are 2 national documents, the Michael Quay Committee and a German NGO has also come in and done extensive research. So we have this information. And one of the key reasons was that to stop the polarization of the base, it is advisable to elect the presidential candidate first. Because what that does is that when you now go down to elect the polling station executives, you don't have 5 people trying to now put people in the album for purpose of presidential. That is over. Imagine what is going on now, right? With all the noise going on. Imagine we were going to the base to elect polling station executives. Imagine what Brian would do. Imagine what Bawumia would do. Imagine what Ken would do. Imagine what Abichum, and imagine what
Let's look at other stories for now. And the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has called for strong institutional framework and effective regional coordination among African leaders to deal with the rising existential threats within the Sahel region. She made the call when she opened a 2-day high-level consultative conference on regional cooperation and security in Accra.
The sub-Saharan Africa, particularly the Sahel region, is facing new and complex threats such as violent extremism, instability, climate stress, organized crime, food insecurity, and youth unemployment, which need urgent attention to curtail the menace. At a 2-day high-level consultative conference in Accra, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa revealed that the Sahel region is currently recording 8 terror attacks daily, which claims at averagely 44 lives every day. He called for rekindling of the Pan-Africanism to get transnational solution to help fight global extremism.
We have witnessed a staggering rise in extremist attacks by 1,266% with an estimated death toll exceeding 2,860% over the last 15 years. If we fail to act now, our region risks becoming a haven of failed states. Just as our forebears envisioned a united Africa capable of shaping its own destiny, so too must we envision a continuous, structured, and multidimensional cooperative framework to address these challenges in our sub-region. An urgent, decisive, and collaborative new approach is most imperative.
Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, noted that while ambition is essential in confronting emerging security threats, it must be grounded in realism to yield tangible results. She called for an effective regional coordination among African leaders to deal with rising essential threats, especially within the Sahel region.
It calls for foresight and coordination, ensuring that security strategies, foreign policy, and development agendas reinforce one another rather than operate in isolation. Experience within and beyond our borders has shown that fragmented approaches are insufficient to address the complexity of today's threats. Effective regional cooperation, therefore, depends on timely information sharing, joint analysis, and coordinated responses. Acting together and proactively helps us identify risks sooner, and this eases the load on each national system. This will help us to maintain stability at a lower cost than responding after problems occur.
The two-day conference forms part of renewed efforts to address pressing security challenges across the sub-region.
It's time to take a look at alcohol consumption, and the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Yusuf Isaka Jaja, says President Mahama is committed to reducing alcohol-related challenges in the country. According to him, there must be an intentional effort to combat alcoholism in the country. He was speaking at the launch of the CSO's Shadow Report on alcohol intake in Accra.
The CSO's Shadow Report highlights the need for stronger policies and community engagement to address alcohol abuse. The Deputy Minister assured attendees that government is dedicated to safeguarding Ghanaians' well-being. The initiative marks a crucial step towards a healthier Ghana where citizens can thrive without the burden of alcohol-related effects.
We have to look at the evidence-based strategies that can help us to address the issue of alcohol use among adolescents. We need collective actions so that we can safeguard our generation. If care is not taken, the trajectory we are going, people are abusing substances, including alcohol. In the next 10-15 years, there will be many jobs, but we will not have the skilled personnel to be able to handle this job because we have a lot of substance abusers that we need to treat.
A Professor Nuwaza Kugbe with the Department of Environment and Public Health at the University of Environment and Sustainable Development in Sumenya called on government to impose taxes on alcohol products to reduce intake.
There should be more taxes on alcoholic products because if the products are available, it makes it easier for the youth and other people who do not have enough money to just get access to it or purchase it. So I will support any measure that will put much more taxes on alcoholic products in Ghana.
National Chairman of Alcohol Policy Alliance Ghana, Benjamin Anapila, shared insight of the Shadow Report.
The report outlined two major gaps, which is the 2016 policy outlined that there must be Alcohol Control Commission that need to be set up. That hasn't been set out, and then we are calling on Parliament to relook at the policy. And then the other thing that is a gap that hasn't been attained or achieved is the passage of an alcohol regulation or alcohol legislation instrument.
And that's it for the news this afternoon. Desmond Okreko-Danso is right in the seat, ready to take you through Good Afternoon, Ghana.
Right, Nana Kwesi, thank you very much for bringing us the news update. You're still watching Good Afternoon, Ghana here on Metro TV. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're speaking to Joseph Osei-Owusu, the chairman for the NPP Presidential Elections Committee. We'll be asking him some questions about preparation towards tomorrow. And also, we have our guests who will be joining us, the representatives from the 5 candidates. We'll be speaking to them also about tomorrow. So stay with us. We're taking a break. We'll be back shortly. This is Good Afternoon, Ghana.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Watch it, not learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozing. Akache say no ya konati and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old dish. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Ah. Sorry, well, uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral?
Say a pessary insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy in a shop biamu. Na mum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. FE spray with diamond. Chase.
In every school, there is history. In every homecoming, there is pride. But in 2025, pride became competition. From convoys that shook the streets to colors worn with honor. From powerful reunions to legacy projects that will stand forever. Metro TV asked one bold question: which school truly owned the legacy in 2025? Welcome to School's Homecoming 2025. Who is who? Send your school name, convoy videos, speech and prize giving highlights, and your 2025 legacy projects to 0550 090 702. School's Homecoming, my school, my pride. This event is sponsored by Zoom Lion and Appointed Time Printing. School's Homecoming 2025 is a Metro TV event supported by Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and Metro Digital. Right, welcome back from the break. This is Good Afternoon Ghana here on Metro TV with me, Desmond Okrekudan. So I mentioned earlier that we're going to have conversations about the NPP presidential primary set to take place tomorrow. And once again, let me remind you that as your election central, we're here all through the day tomorrow to bring you all the updates from the constituencies across the country. So do well to join us right from the morning 7 a.m. after the polls are done at 2, and the counting and the final declaration and all of that. We're here for you on Metro TV, Original 91.9 FM, and also on Metro digital. Let's get on to Zoom now and speak to Kwesi Kwarteng, his spokesperson for Kennedy Agyapong on this particular campaign, and he's joined us via Zoom. Mr. Kwarteng, thank you very much for your time here. We get to speak again.
Yes, good afternoon to you, my brother, and good afternoon to your cherished viewers. How are you doing?
I am well. We are all, in anticipation for tomorrow. How are you feeling? Butterflies in your stomach?
Oh, no, apart from that, I'm feeling so good.
Okay.
I'm feeling so calm. The team is very composed. We are very confident of victory. We've worked so hard. I would believe that this is the right time. The circumstances, the moment, everything favors my candidate. And I'm hopeful that, God willing, tomorrow, Ken Ohene Agyapong will be declared as the new flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. Right.
Yesterday, he had a televised, speech that he did to the delegates. He spoke to the delegates. It was shown live on Metro TV also. From what he said, from his demeanor, from everything, what are your thoughts about that? On social media, there were some persons who were, I don't know, if maybe Kennedy Agyapong was tired yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there are very important remarks that he made in his public address yesterday.
Right.
It benchmarked on unity, party unity. It also watered on the fact that we should not allow intimidation to rule. We should allow free, transparent, and fair process, which I'm sure the candidates will even agree with all of us. He also spoke about the fact that as a party, after the elections is over, there shouldn't be any form of factions, but we should come together with one accord and make sure that we win the ultimate, which is the 2028 election. So I think he just spoke as a senior party member. He spoke as somebody who loves the party, but at the same time, he also demonstrated that in tomorrow's exercise, as a team and as a people, we are also not going to demonstrate weakness. In as much as that we are not going to do anything untoward, we are going to also ensure that there will be a free, transparent, and fair process so far as the election is concerned. So that at the end of the day, whoever comes out through this process will all have that trust, that confidence that yes, indeed, this was a process that was credible, and all of us then threw our support behind such a person, whether Kennedy Agyapong, whether Brian Champong, whether Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. At the end of the day, whoever emerges victorious will all come together in one accord, in unison as a party, and join hands and make sure that we win the 2028 election. So that was the remarks that Ken wanted to put across yesterday.
Right, and for me, and just to share with our viewers, those who missed out on that televised speech yesterday to delegates, Mr. Agyapong talked about commitment to service and duty, and he also talked about the current issues in the party, that the party is at a crossroads, and the decision to choose someone who will win the party back into power in 2028, and also his vision. He talked about unity, jobs, and all of these. And I'm sure definitely as of now, delegates have understood the message that all these while yourself and everybody who's been on this campaign trail for Kennedy Agyapong has been talking about. Hello, Mr. Kwarteng, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Kwarteng. Okay, so it seems like Lawyer Kwarteng is unable to.
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you now.
Okay. Great. So
I can hear you now.
So I was saying that on all these things of unity, job creation, making sure the party gets back to what it is and all that, the delegates must have understood and have accepted all these things that you've been saying all this while.
Yes. Ken's message has been the one with such precision and clarity. If you compare to all the other candidates, his message has always been about the fact that they should give him the nod or their vote, and he will give the party back power. Because at the end of the day, it's about who is more accepted within the public space. And I've always thrown a challenge to our media friends when we speak to that you can even make those random sampling in your interviews. You realize that majority of Ghanaians are saying that when we bring Ken, they will vote. Beyond that, Ken's message has always been about jobs. The consistency in his message, that his presidency will be about jobs, jobs, jobs. I think it is something that is also sinking well with the party people, the party delegates, even ordinary Ghanaians who are all influencing persuasively the delegates to vote in the direction of Kennedy Agyapong. People talk about his character, but the delegates make them understand that at a time like this, at a crucial point like this, we need that courage, we need that boldness, we need that discipline, we need that honest type of a leader that will help transform the economic fortunes of this country, of course, through industrialization, through agriculture, through proper decentralization. And Ken has been speaking about all these things. And for me, if you ask me, it sits so well with the delegates, and I'm very confident that tomorrow they'll give us their votes.
And the last time we spoke, we were talking about training for your polling agents and all that. Has that been a day to the election?
Oh, right by now, we are done with all of them. As for the training of the polling agents, I mean, those ones will obviously be done before the D-Day.
Right.
And we have done that. In terms of the dispatch of those agents, we've also done that. As of now, I can tell you that we've left no stone unturned. We are just waiting for the EC to say that, please start voting. People will go move in their numbers, cast their votes. The next thing we'll hear from the EC is that start counting. And the next thing we'll hear is that Kennedy Agyapong has been declared the winner. That's all that we are waiting for.
Great. We also have Mr. Kwesi Agyeman. He's head of communications for Dr. Brian Acheampong's campaign team. He's also on Zoom with us. We're going to speak to him in a bit. But of course, I mentioned that we're having reps of the candidates. We're speaking to them today, as you're hearing Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng speaking on behalf of that is Kennedy Agyapong. He is the spokesperson for the campaign team. Kwesi Agyeman is communications director for Brian Acheampong's campaign team. We also have Yan Opoku-Mensah, spokesperson for Dr. Yaw Sedutwum's campaign team. And we have Nana Akomia, communications chair for the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia campaign team. We're hoping to speak to all of them, including the chairman for the Presidential Elections Committee for the party, Joseph Osei Wusu. We have Kwesi Agyeman on. Mr. Agyeman, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here.
Good afternoon, and I'm happy that you put me on. I'm in the middle of the Volta region somewhere, so I'm happy to connect with you and to viewers.
Right.
Today is the last day. We've finished campaign, but we're touching base with a few operational updates. So I'm here in the Volta region.
And how's that going?
No, we've finished with our campaign. These are housekeeping duties, and I think everything is going well. Brian Acheampong is poised for historic victory for the party tomorrow. I call it a victory for the party because he's somebody who is coming in to unite the NPP, to bring discipline back to the party and renew the party's outlook going into the 2028 election. We've toured all the 275 state constituencies. We've done the mop-ups. We've engaged with Ghanaians. Yesterday, we climaxed with a media encounter at the Mozambique, which was broadcast live on major networks across the country. And so the message has gone down. Everybody's expectant. We are very confident in the work that we have done. And we know that as a party, the process has been good, been fair, and we are sure that all things being equal, based on the work that we have done, based on the profiling that we have done, and based on the engagement that we have done over the last 4.5 months, victory is going to be for Dr. Brian Acheampong.
Right, and how about those who are representing you at the various polling centers? How's that training gone?
The training we finished our training last week. We did some reorientation on Wednesday, and everybody has been dispatched. We have set up monitoring centers and everything, so we are ready. I mean, just like West parties, we are also very ready. We're just waiting for the Electoral Commission to bring out the ballot boxes, and we know, based on the profiling that we have done, that this victory is coming the way of Dr. Brian Acheampong. But I want to also use this medium to thank all the various candidates. I mean, it's been a tough campaign. Along the way, some of the things that have been said have not been too palatable, but we know we take it in our stride. Dr. Acheampong has committed himself that although he knows he's winning, in the very, very, very unlikely event that he doesn't win, he's a party boy, he's a party.
Okay. He has
right. Shown through that we work together as one unit going into 2028.
Right, Mr. Kwesi Agyeman, I know you're in the voter region, as you mentioned, and so I'll let you hold up, and hopefully you don't get disconnected with the network. But joining us also is Yao Opoku-Mensah. He's spokesperson for Dr. Yosei Aduchum's campaign team. And good afternoon, Yao. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Right, how's Doc? How's he doing?
He's doing fantastic. You come see him in high spirit. And what we are looking for is a declaration that Dr. Yosei Aduchum eventually has been elected as the flag bearer of the NPP tomorrow. That's what we are waiting for. And I believe the signs are clear. You can see the brightness of the sun, giving us that strong wave that indeed delegates will speak. They have already spoken. And what they are saying is that it is time to make Dr. Yosei Aduchum lead the party. And that is what the grassroots is calling for.
There would be an admission that Doc Aduchum has had very little time to go around and do the campaign and all of that. I mean, you'd admit that. How has that been? Or you're not going to admit that?
No, but I don't see the basis for a limited time as to whatever. We all started saying, we've all crisscrossed across the length and breadth of the country. So the fact that within the camp of Dr. Yosei Aduchum, Dr. Yosei Aduchum is not throwing jabs, Dr. Yosei Aduchum is not spinning with whatever propaganda device that probably may exist. We are not looking at that. We are focused on what the real issues are. What the ultimate is what we are looking at. And that has been our strategy. You get to realize that every indication as to every activity that any of the aspirants is engaged in, we are so mindful of the reputation, the outlook of the party, and that is why we stick to what the rules of engagement are. And therefore, with our engagement with the delegates, it has always been a direct, tailored message towards what the challenges in the party are, what the vision he has for the country, what are they, and where he seeks to lead the country with regards to the party giving him the nod to lead the party. So the conversation has been around what he can do for the party, again, accounting for his stewardship. And therefore, we do not even have the luxury of time to even mention somebody's name as part of our engagement. And that is why probably you say Doctor didn't have that luxury of time to move around the length and breadth of the country. But I can put on authority. I've been with him throughout the process. We've been across every constituency in this country 2 times, and we are still within the race as per the rules of engagement as established. So there is nothing like we didn't get the opportune time to go across the length and breadth of the country. That is not the case.
Right. So on that campaign trail, as you mentioned, you've gone around the country twice. What have the delegates been saying to you about the party, and then what he's also speak or saying to the delegates?
So if you follow the activities of Dr. Yosei Aduchum, it's clear what the vision is and what he brings on board. Now, with regards to the aspect of what he envisages that should be the order of the day with regards to the activities in the party, we're looking at restoring that faith that people have in the party, restoring that unity that has been the mantra among all the aspirants, where you know the party is worried with regards to certain action and inactions, how some of the aspirants have campaigned. And you agree with me that when we are looking for a leader who has distinguished himself throughout this process and ensure that he's played to the tenets of what politics and democracy is about, tailored message to the heart of the rank and file of the party, then you look no further than to the doors of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum. And he is the true unifier among the other contestants. And you can deduce that from his engagement with the rank and file of the party, what he stands for and what he seeks to offer the party. And that's why he's proposing the establishment of Patriotic Fund as a means of cushioning the activities of the party people. I mean, we join organizations and associations, and when in times of need, we can fall on them. And that is the spirit that Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum seeks to create in there. Again, the establishment of patriotic insurance, but the in-out movement that we do, anything can happen, and therefore you need a system that can cushion the people in terms of their daily activities, working for the party in the various polling stations, etc. And again, he talks of offering every constituency 100 engineers trained every year, 20 medical doctors, so that we can be able to fight the war against poverty and win it, giving dignified life to the constituents. And that is what is so important. So when you put all that together, that has been the message. That is what the delegates or the party people have embraced. And that is why the candidature of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum is non-negotiable. And that is the voice of what the party people are. They are looking for a true reformer, a true unifier, a generational thinker. And these attributes are attributes which are embedded in the candidature of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum. And the other individuals can attest to what I'm saying. And you yourself can even attest to it, because you've lived under the fourth Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. And you can talk of the achievements of the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government without mentioning the name of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum, proving his mantle to the good people of Ghana, of which the party people are aware. So that is why he's the only candidate who stands before the party people and is able to account for his stewardship as a means of public service. And that is the measure that the party people, the role the party people is using in measuring all the aspirants. And that is what for this whole process tomorrow. So eventually, the rank and file of the party has made that decision. And we internally do believe that Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum's candidature or election cannot be anything that the party will want to toil with. It comes in handy time for them, for the party people, to be very comfortable seeing the candidature of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum. On the ground, what we feel, what the delegates feel is what I'm telling you now. If you can ask your reporters who have ever gone with us to the various campaigns across the length and breadth of the country, will attest to the testament that I'm giving now. So in the nutshell, the ultimate responsibility which lies on the shoulders of delegates, and as it is said, once in every man and nation comes the moment to decide. So we are deciding on the faith of the party in terms of unity, in terms of a proven reformer, in terms of a generational thinker. We are making a bold decision that will affect our fortunes in 2028. And that fortunes, if we want a positive leg in the elections in 2028, then we look at the doorstep of Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum. And that is what the party people have embraced. And that is what will happen tomorrow by the close of the declaration made by the Electoral Commission that Dr. Yeltsin Adutwum has won the flag bearership race.
Right. Yaw-Opoku-Mensah, thank you very much. You're going to stay on for me. And we're going to speak to Nana Kumia. He's the head of the Communications Directorate for the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia campaign team. And he joins us via Zoom also. And so let's head right into it. But of course, you can share with us on our social media handles at Metro TV Ghana what your thoughts are about tomorrow's election. And hopefully, we could maybe open the phone line so you can call in and share your thoughts with us here. on the show. Nana Kumia is on. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for joining us here. Hello, Nana Kumia. Okay, so
hello. Can you hear?
Right, I can hear you, Nana Kumia. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Good afternoon. Good to see you too, sir.
Right. So, how has it been in these last few days towards tomorrow?
It is going very well, by God's grace.
And for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, still in very, very high hopes for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when you look at the circumstances of NPP flag bearership, there's one thing that stands out. Actually, not just NPP flag bearers, even in the NDC. The party normally tends to repeat candidates. So you realize that the NDC, they repeated Professor Mills. First time he was a candidate in the year 2000.
Okay, so we've lost Nana Kumia there. I don't know where exactly it is, but it looks like there's some connectivity issue. But we'll definitely try and connect with him again as he makes his point about the campaign of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ahead of tomorrow's presidential election, which will be live here on Metro TV from 7 a.m. Till the end, when the counting, the polls are done, the counting and all of that. We have our men on the ground, our reporters will be everywhere to bring us all the details from the regions and all that. So make sure that you're joining us tomorrow on your Election Central right here on Metro TV. And of course, with our sister stations, Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and also that is Metro Digital. Let me get back to Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng. Lawyer, so as we wrap up on this, tomorrow, I don't want to ask if it doesn't, but you know, all of that. And I was very excited about something that Kennedy Japan mentioned yesterday in that broadcast, rejection of revenge politics. You know, even if he doesn't, everybody needs to come around and support whoever is chosen. And that for me was very, you know, profound there. But as we wrap up on this, delegates are watching, viewers are watching. Final one to them. Okay, so we seem to have lost Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng also on there. He's the spokesperson for Candidate Japan campaigns team. And
me, I'm here. Kwesi, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Right. So I was saying that yesterday it was very.
I'm here.
It was very profound to hear Honorable Kennedy Japan talk about, you know, the unity of the party, and for many who have always had a certain idea of him being rather the disruptor. But it was nice to hear of him talk about unity and the rejection for revenge politics and all that.
Yes. Ken is both a disruptor and at the same time a peacemaker. He is disruptor for the right reasons. When things are going bad, he has to disrupt the system, he has to disrupt the status quo and make sure that things get into the right path. For instance, when party people are complaining that they've not had anything from the party, their welfare matters, issues of their welfare must be taken care of. Ken obviously will then take a position of a disruptor and get the party people or leadership to act. At the same time, it doesn't prevent him from leading reconciliatory efforts, especially post the election. Bottom line is that Ken has demonstrated once again that when he wins, or no matter the outcome at the end of the day, after the poll, he will lead that reconciliation and bring the party together.
Right. Lawyer, can you hold on? Nana Kumia was making a point before we lost him on there, so let me get back to him. Nana Kumia is the head of the Communications Directorate for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's campaign team. Nana Kumia, you were making a point before we lost you. Can you go on?
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Right, perfectly clear.
Hello?
Yes, Nana, we can hear you. Nana, where are you? Are you outside? Hello, Nana, can you hear me?
No, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Right, I can hear you loud and clear. So please, we're making a point. Kindly go on.
Okay. My point is that when you look at the tradition, both parties, NPP and NDC, they tend to repeat flag bearership. So you look at Mills for the NDC, John Mahama for the NDC, you look at John Kufuor for the NPP, Akufo-Addo for the NPP. And so if that tradition
Okay. I don't know where exactly Narakumia is, but we're having some difficulties connecting with them, and we're gonna try and get back to him, so he makes his point, because all the others have spoken, and we want to hear from him about Dr. Bawumia's campaign team and what he's been doing all through.
Let me presidential elections. Which will I call me on the phone?
Okay. All right. So I think there's some serious connection issues there. So we're going to call him on phone and hear what he's got to say about the campaign so far. And of course, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong also we hear from his team. But so I mean, this afternoon we're giving to you a full one from all the campaign teams ahead of tomorrow, what we are to expect from them, how the delegates have accepted, the messages that they're telling them, and to the party, what the future holds for the party come tomorrow and beyond, ahead of the 2028 general election. So we'll see how that goes. But really, I also want to share with you some data on the regions and even on the persons who have led the party, who have been voted as presidential candidates for the party in the past. And I was reading some very interesting statistics from there. So in 1992, the winner for the NPP's presidential race was Professor Albert Adu-Boahen. He won with 56.60%, 1,121 votes. He garnered there, and about 1,998 delegates participated in that. And there were candidates like Dr. Jani Selby, who had 17.30%, J. Kufuor, Dr. Safo Edu, and others. In 1996, John Agyekum Kufuor won with 51.99%. That was 1,996 delegates, where he had 1,034 votes from the delegates, and runner-up was Albert Adu-Boahen with 710 votes. Others, J.H. Mensah, Dr. Jones Ufuriata, and the others. In 1998, John Agyekum Kufuor won again the presidential primary. So let me hold on to this. I'll come back to that. Nana Kumia has joined us now on phone. Nana, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. So please go ahead with your submission.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that when you look at the tradition of the flag bearership race, you can see that it favors Bawumia. If you look at the NDC, they tend to repeat their candidates. So Mills was a candidate in 2000, repeated in 2004 and repeated 2008. John Mahama was repeated in the 2020 and 2024. J. Kufuor was repeated in 1998, and Akufo-Addo was also repeated. So if you look at both parties, they tend to repeat candidates. That's the tendency, and that favors Bawumia. If you also look at the issue of the flag bearership, you find out that no one who's come to the flag bearership for the first time who wasn't already president, normally doesn't win. It's only when they come back the second time and so on. And that also favors Bawumia. So these are just the external factors. But beyond that, the message that Bawumia has taken to the delegates is a very powerful message. The reaction from the delegates has been very, very positive. And also, many of the polls done, they have Bawumia ahead. So we believe that if all goes well, the reaction of the delegates and the polls that have been done, if all goes to the form, Dr. Bawumia will sweep the elections tomorrow.
All right, Nana Kumia, you talk about the message of Dr. Bawumia, and that's where a lot of people do ask that what really is the message? Is it just about having been there before? Is it just about, the precedents that have been there already? What exactly is that message?
In the last elections in 2024, about 2 million of party people who voted for the party in 2020 did not show up to vote.
Right.
Their party did a fact-finding mission under Professor Okwe, and many of the grievances that worried party people came out from that fact-finding mission. So the message of Dr. Bawumia is to deal with those grievances. Grievances of party people feeling neglected and being left out during the 8 years of the NPP government and so on. He has a message that he is going to give every constituency 10 appointments, which is every constituency will bring up 10 party people who have served them well in the constituencies for nomination for appointments, which has never happened before. And that would reduce the feeling of alienation by party people at the grassroots. He's also talked about the welfare data, which basically is going to put everybody data, every party executive from the polling station right up to the top on the database. And they are one major concern or their one major need will also be on the database. And then the government will make every effort for years to satisfy the need of each of those persons that is put down on the data. He's also talked about logistics and incentives going directly to party people for their work. Because the one complaint has been that it's something they call in fee, which means what is us in our work in campaigning for the party and to help our welfare doesn't come. Bawumia is going to all the layers and make sure that what the party people need, particularly at the polling station level, to do has to have campaigning and so on, will go to them directly, will not go to any other level. And these are the messages that party people believe that it goes to their grievances, their needs. And the response has been fantastic.
Right, so Dr. Bawumia seems to be focusing more on the party and, as you mentioned, after the 2024 elections, what has become of the party, some of the complaints, what...
Can you speak it just a bit louder, please?
Yes, so I'm saying that it appears that Dr. Bawumia is focusing more on the party and what became of it after the defeat in 2024, trying to get everybody on board.
Yes, but 70% of his message, because this is an internal party election focused on the party delegates. So 70% of the message is focused on answering the grievances of party people. Another 30% is devoted to national issues. He's talked about the constituency-based budgeting, for example. That means that every constituency is going to bring up 2 or 3 projects that will be featured in the national budget, so that when you have the appropriations bill there will be the names of each of the 276 constituencies with their projects. And these projects will come from the constituency people themselves, from their leaders, the assemblymen, the chief, the MP. So instead of somebody at Ministry of Finance deciding on some project, and if it passes through the constituency by coincidence, that is fine. Each of the 276 constituencies will find their in the budget and the projects that are going to be done in the constituencies. So they will own the projects have come from, and they will own it, they will monitor it and supervise it and make sure it is done. And it's also about, a great being the biggest occupation of the people. The major problem of agriculture is irrigation, and it's going to be a big effort to ensure irrigation goes across farming communities in the country. Look, when you look at what we as a country manage to pipe water to your kitchen and your bathrooms and toilet and so on.
Okay.
To do the same, to pipe water, and we have vast water sitting down in this country. It should be possible to pipe water to the farming communities in the north, in the Accra Plains and so on. And that is really going to foster agricultural revolution and boost up income, since majority of our people are into agriculture. And then, of course, moving the country forward through digitalization, which is his favorite topic. And so he talks about national issues. But of course, after the elections and when he's the candidate and he has there'll be a lot more focus on the big national issues.
Okay.
And I can tell you his message has been fantastic.
Nana, as we wrap up on this, the final question from me to you is to just wrap up how the Ashanti region tour, how did it go, and then the final message to the delegates from you in 2 minutes.
The tour everywhere has been fantastic, not just Ashanti. I mean, the tour in the Volta region, I mean, I was there. I couldn't believe the reaction of the people. The tour everywhere has been fantastic. And we believe that if the reaction of the people is what they're going to take to the polls, then it will be a one-touch done deal for Dr. Bawumia.
Right. Nana Kumia, thank you very much for your time. Good afternoon, Ghana. He's the head of the Communications Directorate for the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia campaign team. He says that if what they've seen on the ground is anything to go by, then it's going to be a one-touch victory for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. We're going to speak to Yao Opoku-Mensah. He's still on. He speaks for, let me get that again. Before he speaks for Dr. Yao Osei Edu-Chu, Yao Opoku-Mensah. We're wrapping up on this in 2 minutes. Final message to delegates, to viewers out there.
Yeah, so my final message to the rank and file of the party is, as I indicated earlier, once in every man and nation comes the moment to decide. What we need to realize is that we are carrying the aspirations of thousands of people to the polls tomorrow. And we have a responsibility to ensure that the dignity of the party is maintained. What the aspirations are is what is answered by the various candidates who have offered themselves out for this contest. And again, the disturbing aspect I've got to do with the unity aspect of the party. In the first place, if you truly want unity, you don't start pressing the destructive button within the party and later call for unity. And therefore, the only unity mantra which is being shouted can only be resolved through or when Dr. Osei Edu-Chu is elected as the flag bearer. Again, we need to also tell the rank and file of the party that the so-called two front runners would be a Herculean task in selling them out to the good people of Ghana based on what has happened within this process. And therefore, as a party person, I have that responsibility to scan through the five and give me a worthy candidate who can lead the party to a better height in what we are all aspiring to achieve. And that candidature is Dr. Yossi Adichie. He has proven his mantle, he has proven to the world that indeed Ghana needs a leader like him, a transformative thinker, somebody who has seen it all, lived it all, and will want to offer himself to lead the party at this crucial moment. Let us not, in any day, in any minute, in any hour, decide to look away from the candidature of Dr. Yossi Adichie and vote massively for him. Our internal mechanism tells us that anything beyond 52% means someone has tempered with the whole process. We are looking for a straight win for Dr. Yossi Adichie. That is the verdict that the rank and file of the party has passed. And we strongly believe that that will be strongly affirmed tomorrow when we all go to the polls. And that is the assurance that we are giving to the party people, that they should be rest assured and go about their normal duties in casting the vote for Dr. Yossi Adichie. Anything beyond that number, anything that beyond the 52 number means that the elections has been tampered with. That is what our internal mechanism is telling us, and that is what will be the reality tomorrow.
I'll let you continue, but let me get to lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng, if you can unmute yourself. So
I thought you said that they were my last words.
So that so that Yaw Opoku can finish up and then we can continue. So Yaw, so have you done? Per your research, you can add that to that before you wrap up. Per your research and data, whatever. What are you looking at?
Per our own internal mechanism, it gives us an absolute numbers. And the number that the internal mechanism telling us that anything beyond 52% tells that the election has been tampered with. And that is what we all must adhere to the rules of engagement as agreed by the various parties within this contest. A win for Dr. Yossi Adichie is a proper win for the Elephant family and a proper unity mantra which is played out and a proper unity that we are looking out for. Anything short of that becomes a Herculean task for my party to be able to convince Ghanaians that we are truly ready for the outcome of 2028. And therefore, we are only waiting for that verdict to be passed tomorrow, and definitely that validity will be made by the rank and file of the party tomorrow. And the only declaration that we are all looking for will be the declaration of Dr. Yossi Adichie as the flag bearer of the NPP.
So anything below 52?
Yes, I indicated to you that is what our internal poll is telling us. Anything beyond that, what it means is that the elections has been tampered with.
All right, thank you very much, Opoku Mensah. He speaks for the campaign team of Dr. Yaw Osei Adichie. We have Mr. Kwesi Agyeman on. He's with the Dr. Brandy Champon team and also Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng as we wrap up. Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng, let me hear from you finally, and then we wrap up. We're staying with the 52%. The 52% you mentioned to me the other time, we're staying with that for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I'm looking at 52 to 54%. And just a quick reaction to few remarks made by the Honorable Nana Komia. He said in MPP, opportunity, people... Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Go on.
He said... Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think he made reference to the fact that in MPP, there is always an opportunity of a second chance. I think we must establish the facts very clearly that in MPP, a second chance is not just given by just showing face or appearing. It has always been contingent on performance. If you recall, Professor Dubois Hene, in his first attempt, when he didn't perform and had about 30.29%, he was dropped until Kufuor came. Kufuor escalated his votes to 39%. Akufo-Addo to 49%, which was about 9 and 10 percentage increase in voter share, respectively, for the two candidates. If you look at Dr. Bawumia, he reduced President Akufo-Addo's 2020 votes by about 33% nationwide. Even the 5 other regions where he's from, he reduced by 16%. Our own Jirapa, where he traces, he's alleged to have traced his Dombo ancestry to, he recorded 14%, Mahama had 86%. Lost 199 constituencies out of 276 constituencies, gave us our worst performance ever when it comes to parliamentary elections. And sadly, you even had about close to 350,000 of our voters coming to vote for our PCs, yet voting against him. So clearly, he is ineligible for this whole doctrine of second chance. The second chance doctrine doesn't apply to him because he failed to add some of the votes to our voter set. And so the history has always been that second chance is always contingent on performance. And Dr. Bawumia demonstrated that he didn't perform. So I do not see how the delegates are going to reward him with second chance. I am confident that the delegates, even in the spirit of revival, want somebody who can inspire the youth, who can inspire the rank and file of the party, who can bring the party together, who has that courage to win power for the NPP. And I'm very confident that that person will be showcased tomorrow, and that is Kennedy Okinechafo.
Right. Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. The spokesperson for, that is Ken Agyapong's campaign team. Do we still have Mr. Kwesi Agyeman on? Okay, so I think that we've lost Mr. Kwesi Agyeman on there. So you heard from all the persons, representatives from the various candidates who are pushing the agenda for the candidates to be elected tomorrow as the party's flag bearer. I will see how it turns out tomorrow. You're watching Good Afternoon Ghana here on Metro TV. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're speaking to the chair of the committee that is overseeing this electoral process for the NPP tomorrow, and I'm talking about Joseph Osei Usu. He's joining us also to have a chat on preparations so far and what to expect tomorrow. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Never dispose of ashes or fire into dustbins at the market or homes. You could start a fire outbreak, endangering both lives and properties. Use the dustbins for your waste and garbage only.
In every school, there is history. In every homecoming, there is pride. But in 2025, pride became competition. From convoys that shook the streets to colors worn with honor, from powerful reunions to legacy projects that will stand forever. Metro TV asked one bold question: which school truly owned the legacy in 2025? Welcome to School's Homecoming 2025. Who is who? Send your school name, convoy videos, speech and prize giving highlights, and your 2025 legacy projects to 0550 090 702. School's Homecoming, my school, my pride. This event is sponsored by Zoom Lion and Appointed Time Printing. School's Homecoming 2025 is a Metro TV event supported by Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and Metro Digital. Right, welcome back from the break. We're still here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Desmond Okrekudanso, and you can watch us live on Facebook, Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277, and also on radio. It is 94.1 FM. And we're going to be speaking to the chairman for the NPP's Presidential Elections Committee, Joseph Osei-Owusu. He joins us via Zoom now, so we can ascertain from him how preparations have been so far. Well, he's joined us via phone on how preparations have been so far towards tomorrow's election. Good afternoon, sir. Many thanks for accepting to speak to us.
Good afternoon, sir.
Great. I believe and trust that you are well and in anticipation for tomorrow.
We are very well organized and set.
Great. I mean, we just want to find out, since the processes began for this particular presidential election, how things have been in terms of how different this is going to be from other previous ones that have been held. Can you share with us how the process has been so far?
Well, the process has been mostly very consultative and very transparent and very fair. As much as possible, we took no step without involving the representatives of the contestants. At every stage, we were with them. So after we did the ballot to select where each one of them will be placed on the ballot paper, we moved on to deal with the album. You would recall that in July 2025, the NPP had a conference, and at the conference, we amended our constitution.
Right.
The amendment admitted a certain number of people, a class of people, to the class of voters. At that same decision, at that same conference, we took the decision that the 2023 album will not be touched. We use that album plus the new set of people that have been added. So we started with the process of collating who are the new people, and then we put out the IT system and provided forms by which people were supposed to join a group of people eligible to vote. After that, we went on verification process, and at that stage, we invited the contestants' agents to sit with our agent and the constituency executive, which they went through the process together. They brought the report. When all the reports were brought, we sat down together with the contestants' representatives, and it took us about 3 weeks continuous meetings to review all the evidence that we put before us, the challenges that were brought, petitions that were brought, and after that we came to a conclusion that this is the register as of now. But we didn't end there. When we were satisfied that this is what is a true reflection of those eligible to vote, we nevertheless still send them back to the constituencies for exhibition, for members to look at it and tell us if there are any errors or omissions that we had to do with. Indeed, that exercise also came back with some reports showing some omissions. In some cases, some people who were alive were indicated as deceased. And so we had to correct all those things. And after that, we all agreed that this is a true reflection of the people eligible to vote. After that, the printing of the ballot, the book itself, we also involved the contestants. While the IT department was printing, the contestants' agent sat in, and at every stage it was given to them to vet and certify that what has been printed is a true reflection of what was agreed. This is how well we have worked together up to date.
Right. So it means
on
that
the ballot itself,
right,
we ceded everything to the Electoral Commission, and the security of the ballot day is also ceded to the police. And before the EC printed the ballot, he also invited the contestants' representatives, and they sat through with them to print and package and deliver. As we speak now, all the ballots have been delivered to the various polling centers, and when they arrive, the police invite the representatives of the various contestants to go with them to either the airport or the appropriate location to select and bring them to the police station where they are kept in safety. So as of now, everything is been done to ensure fairness and inclusiveness and transparency.
Right. So it just looks like everything has been done right. All the T's have been crossed. All the dots have been, put there. Everything looks very, very sweet and nice for tomorrow. Now, so I was just going to ask about if all the logistics-wise, if every polling center has received whatever materials they're supposed to have as of now.
Yes. We have a common platform with the entire police network who are responsible across the country. So as and when they receive them, they should file a report. This district, so many ballot papers have been received. As they take them together, as scenes of the various contestants are put them together, they take photos. As they send them to the secured room, they take photos and share it with us. So we are fully briefed at every stage. And as we speak now, I know that all the ballots have reached their respective destinations.
Right, and to really ensure transparency and fairness in this election, looking at the expanded delegate system, we're sure that there's transparency. All the that is the contestants are okay with everything that has been put in place.
Well, yes, at least they have openly said that. At the end of our last meeting on Wednesday, they each formally made statements congratulating the committee for the transparency and inclusiveness. And they have also said publicly at our meeting with the police, the contestants each affirmed their satisfaction with how we have worked with them. At the meeting with the EC, they also affirmed. They only said that thus far they are satisfied. But now it's going into the hands of these two agencies. They requested them to follow the example we have worked with and make sure that there's no reason for anybody to regret the assignment we have given them.
Right, and in terms of security, at the pact signing, the IGP was there. He made very profound statements about ensuring that on the day, before, during, and after, security is going to be very, very tight. How's the collaboration been between the committee and the Ghana Police Service to make sure that on the day we do not have any issues with security?
Yes, as the IGP boldly announced, they are ready. We don't expect any incidents, but should anything such happen, they are ready. They are giving us for each district a polling center who is going to be in charge. And as they prepare, the district officers and the regional commanders and divisional commanders keep filing reports. They actually are running training programs for our party people, explaining to them the rules we have given them to implement and informing them that they will go by the rules as given to them by the election committee. And so far, we are satisfied with the police preparation and the steps they are taking to ensure that security will be 100%.
Right. So an interesting one, especially with the Peace Pact and that bit that came to the public space, and everybody has been talking about it. That is where for the aspirants, everybody is supposed to accept the outcome of the election. And so the question is it because you know that everything has been put in place to make sure that nothing untowards happen, or just for the unity of the party, whatever the outcome may be, every aspirant is supposed to accept that? Or can anybody challenge the outcome?
If anybody has any reason that at the polling station A or polling station B, something untoward happened, some act of conduct which undermines the integrity of the election, should please report to us. And as I announced at the ceremony, if we confirm that such actions have undermined the integrity of the elections, we won't waste any time to declare that results from that poll are null.
Right. Thank you very much for that clarification there. So now let's look at the time. So tomorrow we're starting at 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Polls end at 2.
And we close at 2.
Right, and then the counting follows right after that.
Immediately after that, and then the results will be declared there at the particular polling station, and after all the agents have signed their part, to be transmitted to the region. The regional headquarters will also collate from all the polling centers in the region and declare the regional total results before they also transmit to the EC head office. The EC will then, the head office will also collate from all the regions, and then will announce the overall winner before they hand it back to the MPP, who will then, at our party headquarters, outdoor the overall winner.
Right. Thank you very much for that information. Prior to tomorrow's election, the campaign has been ongoing. As the chair of the committee, have you been totally satisfied with how everybody has comported or conducted themselves, that's the word, conducted themselves, and looking even beyond the polls for the unity of the party?
Well, there are certain things I've heard that I wish they were not said in public. There's certain expressions that I would have wished were not made by some of the contestants and some of their supporters. However, be it, nothing has happened which is so bad that it cannot be surmounted. So we overlook the little infractions, I would say, that happened in the course of the campaign, and look forward to bringing all of them together to work as a team after the election.
And for the public's confidence and for the image of the NPP to the rest of us as Guineans, how important is the conduct of tomorrow's presidential election to that image, to put out the NPP in a very good light?
It is important for us, and that nobody has any reason to say that because I have been unfairly treated, or somebody has been, all the word they use, somebody has been assisted unfairly. It is important for us that at the end of the election, nobody will have any basis to dispute the results, and that everyone will accept the results. That is where the strength will come from. Elections at any stage is divisive because people are divided behind one candidate or another. But when there is no basis to claim unfair treatment, then people will generally accept that the delegates did not vote for me. This is not my turn. My chance will come at another time. So they'll have no basis to say, I have become to all that. I will not support the one who won because I do not think that he won fairly. That has been the main objective of this committee. And nobody will have any basis, any justifiable basis to make any such claim.
And in your view as the chair of the committee, what would be the defining moments for you to say that this election was successful?
When, at the end of it all, we do not record any significant instance that affect the integrity of the election, and the results are declared peacefully, then I will heave a sigh of relief that I have done my work effectively, and I'm ready to retire back to Bekwai.
So in the history of the party's, elections, how would this, or how would you want people to remember this 2026 presidential election?
Well, I really wish that people remember the election for the processes, inclusiveness of the processes from the beginning to the end. The inclusiveness, which made it, if nobody has any reason to complain. For me, that is the biggest achievement we have able to. And the kind of cooperation that working together with the contestants as parents, we've managed to get them is amazing. They discuss things so freely and openly and change positions in order to achieve consensus. For me, that has been a very good part of this process that I'm very proud of.
Now back to the comments that you mentioned that you wish that did not come out from some of the contestants and their supporters. There's a belief that it has created some fragments in the party, and then going forward, it will be difficult, or it may be difficult for everybody to come on board, looking at some of the things that were being said? What do you make of that?
Well, that is a perception. People may have different interpretations for the same situations, but I've been a politician for quite a while. I've seen these things for a while, and I'm convinced that nothing has happened that is so grave that we cannot overcome them and forge unity henceforth.
Okay, and the fallout from the election tomorrow, I'm sure you yourself and the committee would take a look at that going forward and see how you could, amend anything that will come up tomorrow.
Certainly, that's our job. We'll be keeping our eyes open, and we'll be monitoring the reports of various places. If there's any need to make any suggestions to the EC, we quickly make contact and suggest any changes. But we have decided that the EC is fully in charge. So we will not be giving instructions, we will not be interfering. If there's anything that we think might, then we'll deal directly with the Director of Elections, inform them of what it is, and discuss and agree on our way forward.
Right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Good Afternoon Ghana. I wish you the very best tomorrow, and of course, we'll be keeping an eye on that as our reporters are on the ground to bring us all the updates. So thank you very much, Joseph Osei-Owusu.
Thank you too very much.
Right, he's the chair for the NPP's Presidential Elections Committee, sharing with us some of the things we should expect tomorrow. Again, starts at 7 a.m., ends at 2 p.m. Counting begins from the polling centers, then it moves to the regional, and then as it's mentioned there, then it all comes down to the EC's headquarters. And then from there, we would find out who becomes the ultimate winner, almost like that of the general elections. And so that's what we're to expect tomorrow. So we have a few minutes to go. We're going to open the phone line so you can call and share your thoughts with us. We've been doing this, we've been having conversations prior to the elections tomorrow for the past weeks, and tomorrow is the day. What are your thoughts? Who is going to emerge winner for the NPP, and what would that person do for the party in the 2028 election? So give us a call. The number is on the screen right now. Call us and share your thoughts with us. Please, when you call, lower the volume of your set. Lower the volume of your set, and then go straight to your points so that other people can also call in. We just have about 10 minutes to do this, and then we wrap up on the show. So have your calls come through, and let's have this beautiful conversation on the NPP presidential race. And of course, on our Facebook page, it says Metro TV Ghana. You can join us live on there, also on the radio 94.1 FM, 94.1 FM on radio, and then it is also on Multi TV. We are live on Multi TV and on 277 on DSTV. We have our very first caller. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello.
Right. What's your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Jonathan Okon, calling from Osu.
Jonathan from Osu. So 5 candidates tomorrow. Who is winning?
My name is Jonathan Okon.
Right. Jonathan, speak to me on the phone.
I'm calling from Osu. As far as the this particular election is concerned, I'm speaking to you on the phone.
Right, Jonathan, go ahead.
I'm speaking to you on the phone, Desmond.
Right, okay. I think Jonathan would have to call again. So please, when you call, lower the volume of your set. Speak to me on the mobile phone, and then let's have the conversation. Hello, good afternoon. Anyone where you're calling us from? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, what's your name and where you're calling us from?
Yes, my name is Divine. I'm calling from Ho.
Divine from Ho. Can you speak up? Tomorrow, 5 contestants. Who is winning?
We are the only political party with established tradition, and every tradition has their own traditional norm. So there is no way we will temper with our traditional practices and norm. It is just going to be an endorsement for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former vice president, who is in a very good position, pole position, to hustle power from the NDC.
Right, Divine, thank you very much for calling. Divine from Ho says Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is his candidate and he's going to win tomorrow. So you can also call us and share your thoughts with us here. Earlier, I was telling you about some history in terms of presidential elections held by the New Patriotic Party. And so let me just continue with that as the calls come. Okay, we have a caller on.
Good afternoon.
Right, your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Mahmoud. I'm calling from Sapelo in the northern region.
Right, Malik, go ahead. Who are you rooting for tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow election, Dr. Bawumia is going to win.
Dr. Bawumia?
Yeah, Dr. Bawumia will win. And we are praying, if any come of the results, the others will accept the results and we'll get a peaceful election. Coming 2028, the NPP will take the country forward.
Okay. Thank you very much, Malik, for calling. Malik called us there. He says that Dr. Bawumia. So it was in 2007 where there was an expanded delegate system. So, hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Hello.
Right, so your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Matthew calling from Yendi.
Matthew from Yendi, right. So tomorrow, 5 candidates. Who is winning?
Dr. Bawumia will win.
Dr. Bawumia.
Yeah, we, our NDC member, we went about Bawumia will win. So 2028, we will take the power again.
Okay. Thank you. Right. Thank you very much, Matthew, for calling from END. We can do one more call. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Right. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Abdul Mumin.
Mumin from?
From Yendi.
From Yendi. Right. Mumin, speak to us.
Yeah. I believe Brad Champon will win.
Brandy Champon. Dr. Brandy Champon is winning tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to win the election.
Why are you rooting for him? I'm asking why you are rooting for him. Okay. Right, so that'll be all for the calls. Thank you all for calling. We appreciate what the calls came from Yendi, from Ho, from Usu, all of you. Thank you very much for calling. So this is where I wrap up on the show today. But again, let me remind you that the roundup to the election, it actually begins today on News Night. We're on tomorrow. We're on from 7 a.m. as the voting begins across the various polling centers in the country. We have our reporters around the country bringing us all the briefs from there. So do want to stay with us on your election central tomorrow, right from 7 a.m. 2 p.m. voting is done, but we'll still be here until the counting is done and the winner is actually announced. So stay with us here on Metro TV, Original TV, and also on Original 91.9 FM. My name is Desmond Okrekudason. Thank you to the whole team for helping us, and of course to all of you who tuned in today into the show, to all of our guests who joined us via phone, via Zoom. We appreciate you very much. So catch you tomorrow on your election central right here on Metro TV. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.
Each note a star, a shining light.